Hey guys, huddle up. It's time for an Around the Storage Block Chalk Talk with me, HPE Storage Guy Calvin Zito. Today I'm going to talk about the StoreVirtual 3200 and some exciting new enhancements. Deploying external shared storage is a serious decision and a serious investment. To make it work, you need a solution that fits into your budget, addresses your application performance requirements, is simple enough for any IT generalist to manage, resilient enough to alleviate your IT headaches, and powerful enough to take your business to the next level. I have a series of Chalk Talks that discuss enterprise-class storage at an entry price. And we have two recently introduced storage options to keep your business moving. As I said, in this Chalk Talk, we'll look at the new StoreVirtual 3200, next generation, flexible shared storage based on software-defined DNA and starting at just $6,000 US street price. And then there's the MSA 2042. I have a Chalk Talk about it that you can watch by clicking on the screen. And you might be surprised to hear that HPE is the industry's #1 entry SAN provider. Let's dive into the 3200. Did you know that there are over 200,000 deployments of the HPE StoreVirtual globally? That includes arrays, the original software-defined VSA, and hyper-converged appliances. So how does the StoreVirtual 3200 address these basic needs that are mentioned at the beginning? Starting at $6,000 and add flash when you're ready. Designed for traditional spinning or newer hybrid configurations with options to upgrade at any time. Deploy in minutes with zero learning curve. Consumer-driven user experience with built-in best practices engine. Ensure constant access to business applications. Resiliency across systems and sites, and now with StoreVirtual Scale-Out. Start small and grow without disruption. Scale easily to meet changing performance and capacity needs, and now with optional file protocol support. Next, I want to give you a quick look at the hardware. The StoreVirtual 3200 is based on a 64-bit multi-core server-class ARM processor. It gives us effective compute that lowers power consumption, and it really helps drive down costs. The base enclosure has two controllers that can be either 12 large form factor or 25 small form factor drives. There are numerous host connect options that include both iSCSI and Fiber Channel, including a new 10-base Ti-SCSI option that you can see on the screen. I mentioned small form factor and large form factor drives. The back end is 12 gigabit SAS and supports SSD and hard drives. And the 3200 can support up to 3 additional drive enclosures, a mix of either large form factor or small form factor enclosures. Let's look at the software. If you're familiar with StoreVirtual, some of this will be familiar, and a few new things. The integrated OS features thin provisioning, over 2,000 traditional or application integrated snapshot, space reclamation, adaptive optimization, which is our name for optional tiering. Remote copy is also optional, and remote support through Storefront Manager. Some of the new features in the StoreVirtual 3200 are native active-active dual controllers with failover, dynamic scale-out and scale-up, and the option to get higher availability data volume with network RAID, and a new optional StoreVirtual 3000 file gateway for file-based access. What I really like about this update to the StoreVirtual 3200 is it now has multi-dimensional scaling. You can scale up a dual controller 3200 or scale out to 4 controllers. Let me show you. We'll first look at scale up with a single array. A single array starts with an array enclosure with either 25 small form factor or 12 large form factor drives. From there you can add up to 3 more drive enclosures for up to 100 small form factor or 48 large form factor drives. Now let's look at the new scale out feature. This combines multiple arrays into a single SAN pool. You can double your capacity, double your performance, and boost availability. If you started with a pair of StoreVirtual 3200s, you'd have 4 controllers, and either 50 small form factor or 24 large form factor drives. From there you can add enclosures in pairs up to a maximum of 8. Still are 4 array controllers, and either 200 small form factor or 96 large form factor drives. Key concept to understand is StoreVirtual Network RAID. This allows you to stripe or stripe and mirror across systems. Let me show you this first looking at Network RAID 0 with both a single StoreVirtual 3200 and a scale-out 4 controller configuration. Network RAID 0, which stripes data, is the default for volumes. When I add a second 3200, you can see I now have the power of 4 controllers. One important point to make is there still is underlying hardware RAID, so what you have here is RAID and Network RAID 0. Network RAID 10 stripes and mirrors data and improves availability with either a single array or a scale-out pair of StoreVirtual 3200s. You can visually see the difference between Network RAID 0 and Network RAID 10. Network RAID 10 protects from a RAID set failure. One last concept that's not new to the StoreVirtual but is new to the 3200 is a multi-site stretch cluster. This takes a pair of StoreVirtual 3200s that are managed as a single pool, but stretches them over distance and replicates between the two systems. The obvious benefit is protection from a site outage, and this includes automatic failover and failback. StoreVirtual 3200 has new web-based management. It's simplified so you don't have to be a storage expert. There's easy access to tasks, events, alarms, and exploring volumes, snapshots, and much more. And you'll notice it looks a lot like OneView. I'm excited to have these new enhancements to the StoreVirtual 3200. To learn more, go to hpe.com/storage/StoreVirtual 3200. You can find me on Twitter as Calvin Zito. You can find our blog at hpe.com/storage/blog. Until next time, thanks for joining me.